What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Arena of Valor video, and today we will be going over the newest hotfix patch that is going to be applied to the AOV servers tomorrow. And yeah, it is of course on the EU, NA, Latin American, and all the other servers, India, Russia, all the servers that are under this cluster are going to get this tomorrow, hopefully. At least that's what they promise. And yeah, first of all, there is some Karano chest changes. Let's be real, guys, no one cares. I'm sorry, guys, but no one cares. At least I don't care, so, you know, what can I say? Antari's battlefield adjustments, okay? This is the 5v5 map. So there we go. The minions are getting changed yet again. The minion HP and HP growth for the first 5 minutes of the mid lane are reduced by 20%. So the minions are going to be squishier in the mid lane. 20% squishier, in fact, for the first 5 minutes. So this is gonna just enable heroes like Raz that don't have the best wave clear early game to be even better. And I'm sure there's other potential mid laners, maybe even, you know, I like to play the assassins in the mid lane, as you guys know. The AD assassins sometimes, like Irie and stuff. All those heroes are gonna be a little bit better, but overall it's just gonna promote more roam focused mid lane playstyle, which is always good, right? You don't want to be stuck in your lane. you just want to fight, right? That is why we play these games. That is the most fun, at least in my opinion. I think in most people's opinion. So that's pretty good. We'll see how it plays out. I think what this also does is heroes like Kahlii, which is also getting buffed this patch, are just going to completely roll over these minions. So we'll see if that's going to be problematic. Now the turrets are receiving a good change. The turret in the Slayer lane and in the mid lane are getting tankier in the first 3 minutes. 40% damage reduction in the first 3 minutes to 60% damage reduction in the first 3 minutes. In the first 5 minutes even. Ooh, that is a huge change, guys. So what do you do now? You can't really push towers in the first 5 minutes of the game, because I think the Abyssal Dragon, that shoehorns the jungler even more. If you guys play jungle, you notice that you're very shoehorned into ganking Abyssal Dragon lane as your first gank. So you always start on the opposite side of the map. Sometimes you have to start red buff to do that. And yeah, this 5 minutes, this seems a lot, man. This is a huge change. This is definitely the biggest change this whole patch, man. 5 minutes. I'm not sure what the values on the Abyssal Dragon lane are right now, but I thought it was always like a 60% reduction in the first 3 minutes. So that's gonna even shoehorn the jungler more into being in those lanes. But we'll see how it plays out. We'll have to see how it plays out. What you could do before this change is, I guess, you could realize the enemy jungler is maybe too strong early game. You don't want to fight him. You would rather just give up the dragon and gank the other lane instead, and then get a tower, and then it's kind of equalized, you know. The enemy jungler gets your the Abyssal Dragon, you get the tower on the Slayer lane. But with this, it's going to be very difficult. So I'm not sure how to feel about this. We'll have to see it in action in game before I can really comment on this, I guess. But it seems very drastic, okay, guys. It seems like a lot. Then we're moving to the hero changes. As I said already, Kahlii is getting buffed. South Asia server excluded. This is the Indian server. This means you guys don't have this hero. You guys don't have this hero, so that's why I think it's excluded, because you can't buff a hero you don't have, right? Which is, by the way, I hope they rework Kahlii into a different everything, so you guys can have it on your server, because the hero is pretty cool, the skills. Anyway, so first skill is getting buffed by a huge amount, in my opinion. Now, the way the skill worked is every tick of damage used to slow you, and it was a 10% slow, but it would stack up to 50% if you get hit 5 times. Of course, no one will get hit 5 times because you just walk out. You just walk out, okay? And now they are just changing it to not stack anymore, but just fix 30%. So that's better, because usually you would maybe get hit twice if she hits it well, and then you're already out. So it's a 40% slow. But now you will be instantly slowed 30%, so maybe it will hit even 3 times because you're slowed more earlier. It's just better. This seems pretty good. This is definitely something she needed. because her only problem is she lacks CC, right? Everything else is just absolutely insane about her, honestly. Her damage is crazy good. And they're even buffing the damage on that ultimate. Now Kahlii, the funny thing is, today I wanted to record a Kahlii video because I was like, man, Kahlii is like Ilumia. No one plays her and she's pretty decent, you know? I think Ilumia and Kahlii are at least as good as Krixie, you know? And everyone plays that stupid fairy, but no one plays these heroes. So I was like, man, I need to show these people that these heroes exist, right? So yeah, I tried to record a video. I only tried once, so it didn't go too well. Yeah, but I don't think the hero is weak. And she's even getting buffed, so I think she is gonna be pretty strong. Definitely better than the stupid Krixie. Stop playing that hero, guys. Anyway, now we have they are actually increasing her base damage on ult for each bullet by 10 at each level, and they're lowering the AP ratio by 1%. So at 1000 AP, excuse me, at 1000 AP, you would break even. So of course, this is a buff all across the board, because if you get 1000 AP, this is like super. Can you even get 1000 AP? You can, but it's like super late game, right, guys? Especially with the shield, you can actually pretty easily. But yeah, early game, definitely a huge buff, because this is every bullet. Keep in mind, guys. So if you hit a lot of them, it's gonna be pretty clean, right? It adds up that 10 bonus damage. Anyway, so I think Kahlii is gonna be pretty good. Of course, I will instantly try her out. I will show you guys how she performs. Probably tomorrow when the patch hits. And then we're moving on to Ilumia, yet another buff. I uploaded a video recently. I think she's already pretty strong. Again, better than Krixie, for sure, okay? Kahlii, right now, not sure if she's better than Krixie. Ilumia, for sure better than Krixie. Everyone and their mom plays Krixie, no one plays Ilumia. So she's even getting more buffs. But I have to say, this is the big buff. They're hiring her movement speed by 10. So that just means you will be able to roam much better early game. When you don't have that ult available, you still have to try to roam, you know, so to help your team. So this is definitely gonna buff that. This is really good. 10 is a pretty decent increase. And in turn, not in turn, they're also buffing her S2. Well, changing it a little bit, right? They are buffing the base damage by a ton. 90 at the last level, and even early game. You will have it at 1 or 2 levels for most of the game, for most of the early game, right? Because you max your S1 first. And they're buffing it by 60 and what is this? 66, right? They're buffing it by a lot in these early 2 levels. And yeah, it's just gonna do a ton more damage, but the S2 is more of a utility spell. You just want to kick away the enemies. So it's not gonna, this damage buff is not gonna do too much. However, what is gonna do a lot is the 1 second cooldown buff here and 0.6 seconds at level 2. But in turn, they're also nerfing it by 1 second in the late game. So they're rebalancing the skill a little bit. I think her late game is already amazing. So this is a very decent little change. And this is the huge change that buffs her early game a lot, the roaming. Now this is a good patch because it's buffing all those weak early game mages that really need these buffs. They're going to be buffing Liliana as well. I know a lot of you guys will be excited for this. She seems like a fan favorite. They're buffing her normal attack damage, her basic attacks, by 9 base damage, which is a lot. And they're also buffing the attack growth per level. You will gain 1 more attack damage, okay, on your basic attacks. So this seems weird, but it helps her early game to clear the waves, which she really needs, by the way. That really helps. They're also nerfing the health of the minions, remember, we just went over this. So this is already pretty big. That is very juicy, guys. She's gonna be able to clear those waves much faster than roam with it. And they are, this is of course also gonna apply to your little fox auto attacks, right, on your S1. I'm pretty sure at least it's going to. I think that's how it works. So yeah, this is all around a nice little buff. Then they're also buffing the S1 in fox form, the little tail when she whips her tail, you know, at the enemies. They're buffing that, they're buffing the base damage of that. At max level it's gonna be the same, but again, she doesn't have any issues late game, she only has issues early game. and they're buffing that by a decent amount, you know. The level 1 is really irrelevant, although this is the biggest buff, but it's irrelevant because by the time you hit level 4 and you have your ult available, you already have 2 points in that skill, right? So, but still a nice little buff, and this is the huge buff actually. They're buffing the S2, the stun, the stun in her human form. They're buffing it by 100, boys. Okay, this is a 33.33333% increase of damage. Okay, this is absolutely insane. They're buffing it even more at level 2, and these are the 2 levels that you will have it for most of the early game, because again you're maxing S1. But even late game, they're attacking 150 damage on it. But they're nerfing the AP ratio from 75% to 65%, which is a decent amount, you know, but 150 is a lot, okay? So 10%, again, you would need 1.5k AP to even that out, right? Which is pretty insane. So this is all around a buff, very needed in my opinion. Her S2 is really less than an auto attack early game, it's ridiculous. I mean, I know it's a stun, but still, she should deal a little bit of damage. So I think Liliana is going to be great. I will instantly... This will probably be the first video I will upload tomorrow on the new patch. I'm very excited to try her out with the new skin as well. And yeah, then we're getting to Mina. Now this is a nice little change, but it isn't too big, unfortunately. I'm a huge fan of Mina. I think she's a fun hero. But I'm not sure if this will be enough. Now they are buffing her movement speed from 380 to 390. This is again very nice for a support to roam. It's really, really good. And you guys know she really struggles in the support role lately. And they're also buffing her first skill. The cooldown is going to be at max level, it's going to be unchanged, 5 seconds. But at the first level, it is getting a 1.5 second decrease, which is going to help her definitely. The meta right now for supports is you want to clear the waves fast, right? Because you have that, you have the support items now available that you don't steal any farm from your carries, right? So you want to just help them, and this is definitely going to improve that. So this is a good change. I'm still not sure if it's going to be enough. Her ult is still insane, but there's Kha'Zix, there's Teamy, there's so many really strong supports now that it's a little bit awkward. Rui is being released as well soon, so yeah. Mana getting decreased. Now, what this tells me, okay? I'm gonna play Mina in the Slayer lane, okay? It's not gonna be top tier, but the mana decrease is definitely gonna help that a lot, because there you can really just spam that ability. So that's gonna be really fun. I don't think she's gonna be super good though, in support or Slayer. Now we have Errol, another buff, and this is finally going to push him over the edge, push him to the edge. All his friends are dead, you know. Yeah, it's finally going to make him good, okay? Now, you guys requested so many times that I play him already. I didn't because I heard his S2 was bugged, okay? It's really weird on the current patch, but they're finally fixing all of that. They're improving the handling on his S1, it's going to be much smoother. They're improving the feel when no 5 Berserk stacks. I haven't tried it, I could try it on the test server, but people told me it's insane. It's much, much better now. And the most important change, when he first was released, I always said, guys, Errol only needs this and he's really good, okay? And they're adding this, okay? Immunity to any type of control effect while he's ulting. So you know, whenever you played Errol, when you ult, when you're about to jump into the air, you can get stunned and it goes on cooldown and you're absolutely cucked, mate, okay? You are a sitting duck, you're dead. You can't do anything. But with this change, you will just be able to jump into a team fight without your ult, by the way. You won't jump into team fights with your ult. You will stack your passive on minions, you will jump in, you will obliterate people, you will drop low HP, and then you will ult. And then you either finish them off or you ult away, okay? And the ult has like this range, okay? So you can easily escape. You can just push, split push now really well, hit the tower, enemies collapse onto you, you ult, you run away. Done, right? They can't stun you, no counterplay. I think this is going to be pretty sick. Not sure if he's going to be jungle or side lane. I think side lane might be better, but I'm not sure how well he lanes against certain things. We will have to ask Darkbreaker about that. But yeah, I think he's gonna be pretty decent, honestly. Gonna be a great hero. And now there's other bug fixes. Now we are getting Rui, which is Joanna, but the boy who does these, by the way, follow him on this page. I don't know, I'm linking these patch notes down below. He does this out of generosity, okay? Because he's a nice guy. He doesn't work for Timmy, he just translates these for us because Timmy's incapable. I don't know, man, okay? It's kind of clowny, but he's a good guy. He helps us. Thank you very much. Anyway, now he told me it's not. They're not renaming Rui to Joanna. Probably not. But in the, I don't know, somewhere in the translation it's just called Joanna. Whatever. But this is Joanna. And Roxy can no longer use her ult with Joanna. Like pull you. Roxy could just teleport back to base with Joanna teleport and just Rui teleport. Sorry. And hook people to the base and insta-kill them, right? Which is absolutely stupid. But I was really hoping I would see that in my game. I could experience that, I could laugh at it. But they're already removing it before we even get the hero, which is really sad. And Zip can no longer do that as well with his ult. Again, which is really sad. It would have been really fun, but oh well. It's probably for the better. Although I would have hoped we had it one patch at least. Anyway guys, that is already it. Again, follow this guy if you are company that hires translators from Chinese to English to German, whatever. You know, this is the man, okay? Look at this formatting, boys. Are you trolling me? Look at this, man. You know what Tencent does? You know what Timmy does? They put cooldown reduced from 8 minus X per level to blah 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 minus X per level. So my monkey brain has to calculate those, okay? I have to calculate. I'm like, okay, the most important thing is the level 2 because skill you don't max is gonna be level 2 for most of the game, blah, 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 you know? And then I have to calculate, okay, how much is it gonna be? And then I embarrass myself, you know? Because I'm talking to you guys. But man, he just writes it out so even a guy with a peanut brain like me can understand. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Hire this man if you are a business company. And if you're not, hire him anyway, man. He's cute. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow with hopefully a new patch Liliana gameplay. Peace out, boys. Bye-bye.